Okay, choosing a paper and a texture for your business cards, brochures, postcards can be a little bit of a daunting task, because just by this random sample here, you can see that there's a lot of different types of papers and a lot of different types of textures. So let me just help you out to kind of guide you to some of my recommendations. So let's just say that you're looking to get a business card and you want like a nice paper. So the one that I recommend the most is this 15-point with silk lamination and spot UV. Now, as you can tell, this has a little bit of a shininess just on this area alone. Now the 15-point, this actually says how thick the paper is. As you can tell, it's really hard to bend, and you kind of want that on a business card. You don't want anything too thin, and well, sometimes you don't want it too thick either, because people need to put them in their wallets and such. So this is a perfect size. You feel it's nice and silky, and the spot UV itself has a little bit of a race to it, but it's a very nice. So this is especially good to put on logos or your name or something that you wanted to stand out. So now let's just say that you don't want spot UV. You just want something, you want a thicker card but without any glossy part to it. Well, you have the 15-point with just silk lamination. Okay, that's also very nice. And if you want something even thinner, you can go with the 11-point. That's a little bit thinner than the 15-point. Now, as far as textures, we can I can offer you some different types of textures here. You have the crosshatch embossed, which has a crosshatch background to it. Sand emboss, ivory, silver metallic, and champagne metallic. So those are just some examples of textures. As far as like brochures, you don't want anything too thick, because obviously they're going to need to be folded. So you actually need to get something a little bit thinner. So you can start off with like maybe this 16-pound gloss, which is very thin and has a little bit gloss to it. Or you can get this 70-pound text uncoated, which is also nice and thin. And this is also a good paper to use for letterheads, or just like envelopes, for example. So, but also something good to have. Now, as far as postcards, you want something a little bit in between. You don't want a 15-point per se, because just in case you need to mail it. But you also need to have something a little bit thicker. So here's where the 100-pound gloss cover comes in. This would be really nice. It's also a little difficult to crease, but it's not so overwhelmingly thick like the 15-point is. So this would be a really great choice to choose from. So those are just some helpful hints on what type of paper and texture. But now let me give you a practical example. Let me show you some business cards here. This was done on an 11-point. It is thin, but you still have the spot UV effect, which is very nice, especially for like a background. This one here is your 15-point, and here you have also the spot UV effect. And this really is my favorite type of card, because it makes something really stand out for you. Now, as far as brochures, as you can see here, they're going to need to be folded. And this was done on 80-pound gloss text, which is thin and glossy, but it's still very nice to fold. Okay, well, hopefully this has given you some ideas of kind of what to look for. If you can't find what you were looking for, or if you need further explanations, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to go over and find the right fit for you. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.